you have a whole section of this show that is, I mean, listen, all of it is fake, but when we're talking about the stuff surrounding the elves, the dwarves, and the Numenorians, it's a warped version of what really happened.
Yeah.
But when you get to the Harfoots, when you get to Gandalf,
the filthy little hobbitses,
everything they did, this is fan fiction. This is everything to do with Gandalf and the hobbits, or the Harfoots, or the cannibals. The cannibals. It's literally all made up. Because here's the thing. Gandalf doesn't arrive till the Third Age as Gandalf. We're not talking about Olorin. We're not talking about his Maya form and all his spiritual form, his angel god form. No, he is not old man Gandalf until the Third Age when he arrives in the Grey Havens with the other wizards.
And his memories.
I think
he has his staff, too.
And he has everything. He has his whole gear set.
Well, except for the ring. Well, he's given the ring after he gets here.
But he has his basic gear set. He's got his hat, his staff, his robe, and probably his pipe, too. He's got it all. But the Rings of Power showrunners defend Gandalf reveal. If there's any way we could justify him being around, it's just too tempting not to go there.
No, they just let it go there. That was the whole point, is it's just too tempting. That's the whole point, is they are just tempted by the member berries, tempted by, oh, this is Lord of the Rings. Gandalf's got to be in it. And I'm just shocked that they spent so long, like she's saying that.
Ariel, I don't know if you watched it. No, it's Gandalf.
They say Gandalf.
He is been revealed as Gandalf. It's not Radagast. It's Gandalf. You might be joking.
The fact that they mystery boxed this for 2 seasons, whereas as soon as we saw him in the trailer, every single person went, "Yeah, that's Gandalf."
And then with their stupid, there were all the lines, all the gestures in season 1,
following his nose line at the end of the first season. Clinched it.
Why do you think we called him Gandalf, not Gandalf, in our discussions?
The gall of these people to suggest that it was a reveal of any kind is preposterous. It's not a reveal.
Right.
Everyone saw it coming. And it's like, again, that's why I say it's not just fan fiction, it's bad fan fiction. They spent all this time building up to this reveal of the name, but it's like Han Solo, at the Empire says he's on his own, and so they give him his name.
Stop. No, that didn't happen.
But it's like, what Tolkien fan lies awake at night? I wonder how Gandalf got his name. I wish I knew what that secret was. No one was wondering about that, and so
there is an explanation for it too.
The story point that people cared about is preposterous.
I believe Gandalf is a derivative of a word that means traveler. And so there is an actual Tolkien explanation for
Grand elf. Because they've never seen an elf. And first it's first uttered by the retard.
Yes.
Freaking retard. And no, I'm going to say it just because I know it pisses some people off. But remember, Dre said it first. Aunt Jemima Mammy then says it.
Yes.
No, do you guys know people are angry at me for calling her Aunt Jemima and Mammy?
Oh, that's great.
Just
why would she like him?
They actually said to me, I was enjoying this until you said Aunt Jemima. Don't you understand? Your audience might not look like you. My response is, don't you understand that it was a black man who made the joke first in our discussions?
It's a great joke. But they can't even keep that characterization correct, because I cannot see any realm where she would be okay with Gandalf, because she hates, big people, and he didn't protect the village. The Dark Wizard just wiped him out, and he stood there going, you're Dark Wizard, you know me.
But I can use the Force and grab everything at the last second.
No, she would be scared of him, trying to get everyone away from him, not speaking to him. That's what they established with her in the previous episodes.
He saved all the villagers from getting crushed beneath rocks.
Not all of them. No, we did see a couple get crushed.
And that one.
And I cheered.
It's his fault that they were in that situation to begin with, and she seems like the type of person who would blame him for that.
Yeah.
All right. However, despite the existence of the time discrepancy, as we've just described a moment ago, McKay and Payne say they still decided to introduce Gandalf to the Rings of Power because they believe that audiences would have been disappointed to not see the franchise's most beloved character. What?
No, the real fans would have preferred it that way.
Yes.
The book fans is what I mean, not necessarily real. Perhaps is the wrong word, but the knowledgeable fans,
genuine
would have hated
fans,
that. Yeah.
genuine fans would understand. Oh, Gandalf isn't here yet. Okay, I'm okay.
It's not
with
a
that.
complicated concept. Yeah,
No.
he doesn't exist yet in this form. It's like
this is because they don't see us as people. They see us as these. J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, their ilk. Everybody who makes this shit, and I'll say all the way to Disney Star Wars, same types of people. They think we're as stupid as they are. They think that we are the people that they're pandering to that need instant gratification, that need to see that thing they need so much all the time. Otherwise, they're going to start tweaking and not be able to handle it and shit like that. That's what they think.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand that real fans will be satisfied by correct adaptations that don't drift too far away from the real lore.
Well, that's why they are insistent on calling us consumers and not customers, because that gets rid of all of their responsibility to treat us like intelligent people with opinions and things that we want, need, and expect.
I just think it's the Star Wars equivalent of saying, well, every single Star Wars movie or property has to have Ewoks in it because everyone loved the Ewoks.
Oh, hang on a second, Ariel. Oh, they did talk with the Tolkien estate, and the Tolkien estate let them do it because the Tolkien estate are morons.
The Simon Tolkien is actively trying to destroy his grandfather's legacy. He talks about it. Like he is ashamed to be a Tolkien.
They just want money. They're happy to take that Amazon money. They don't give a shit.
I've seen interviews. I think he was just tired of being overshadowed. Like he's a writer of his own, and he was just tired of being overshadowed by his grandfather.
That's why he hates his grandfather so much, because he's gonna overshadow him for life.
Yeah. Listen, I guess. Christopher Tolkien wasn't a writer, but he loved his father's works, and he spent his entire life protecting them.
And he was a great editor.
Yeah, that works too. But obviously the creative gene didn't pass on through the family line, or any sort of integrity. But I guess that's what happens when you get that kind of generational wealth, and you're not the one that made it, and you don't understand what went into it, and therefore you have no respect for where it came from because it was always there, and you think you're entitled. Asked during a recent interview with Deadline's Mike Fleming Jr. if they could provide any behind-the-scenes details regarding Gandalf's introduction, McKay began, "We talked a lot about him over 6 years. We knew we wanted..." Sorry. I'm going back. I'm trying to choose a screen to look at here, and I keep looking back and forth. I'm going to go with my regular screen. "We knew we wanted a wizard in the story, and we talked a lot with the Tolkien estate about what it takes to make it feel like Middle-earth. It's like a Christmas dinner," he explained. "You got your turkey, you got your stuffing, you got your cranberry sauce, you got your mashed potatoes. If you don't have one of those, here. You've got halflings and dwarves and humans and elves. You need a wizard in there to make it real like Middle-earth." No, you don't.
No.
Because the wizards weren't always there. Gandalf didn't need to be in this because there is a lot of Lord of the Rings lore, Tolkien Middle-earth lore, that doesn't involve a wizard.
Most of it, in fact.
It's like saying the Ewoks are Star Wars, and you can't have a Star Wars property without Ewoks in it. It's just dumb.
I don't know if that's the perfect example, but I like it.
So the question is, which one? So he comes to Middle-earth, and at first he doesn't know who he is without any explanation as to why. He just doesn't know. And it was a journey of discovery for him. And in some ways also for us at first. We just knew he was a wizard. And then as the pieces really started to come together, he said he's a wizard who is found by halflings and who becomes really close to the halflings. It's as though, I'm going to throw this out there. I don't think they were even sure they wanted to make him Gandalf in the beginning.
I don't think they had a plan. Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like they're just making it up as they go along.
And you can kind of feel that, to bring it back to this season and why Gandalf in this season fails. Jed, how long do you think he was on screen in the roughly, with extra minutes, 8.5 to 9 hours? If you count every extra 10 minutes here and there, it's almost 9 hours worth of television. How much on-screen time do you think Gandalf had?
I think I might be slightly generous with this, but I'd say 20 minutes.
I was about to say 15, certainly no less than 15. I mean,
I think Jeremy and I actually tried to work this out last week. I think if you add in the bulk of it, which was in the first episode, maybe an hour.
okay.
That much.
Maybe
That's
an
how
hour.
forgettable it is. That's how much feels like happened is 20 minutes worth.
He did nothing. He wandered around. He ate bugs. He said, "You'll know your name like a warm hug when you find it." And I'm looking to grasp my staff and jerk it off a little bit once I get my hands on it. I mean,
And you had that thing about how everyone chooses their own names. No name is given or something like that. It's like,
yeah.
Most are.
Yeah.
Most are given to you.
Yeah.
It's kind of the whole point.
So he did nothing. He doesn't even really save anybody. He just does a massive forced telekinetic grab. A couple of Harfoots die, or whatever the hell they were, and then he goes and sings with Tom Bombadil.
He's not even really a character in the story because he
No.
spends most of his time with amnesia. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't have a mission, doesn't have a purpose.
At the same time, you say not a character story. The entire Nori, Poppy, Gandalf, Dark Wizard in the desert thing, it doesn't connect to anything else.
No.
In the sea, just like last season, everything they did last season doesn't intersect with any of the other plot arcs. At least the other plot arcs, for good or bad, all intersect in some way, shape, or form. This arc, it's literally out there, wandering around in the desert, doing nothing, affecting nothing.
Well, they give you hope with the whirlwind where the Harfoots get eaten, but then nothing comes of it. So
yeah, so they decided to. This might be the epitome of vanity.
Yes,
in terms of people creating something just to make themselves feel good.
Yeah, like I said, to me, this is the hubris of their to try and compensate for their incompetence. They like you said before, they think they're smarter than Tolkien. They think they're better than him. They think they can.
It's childish.
Yeah,
we want to do this, so we're going to, and nobody can stop us because, as we mentioned, Simon Tolkien and the Tolkien estate are fully on board with this shit. There is nobody to check them. So they're just going to do what they want to have some sort of self-satisfaction of, look, we put a Gandalf in there because we wanted Gandalf in there because we think everybody's like us and think that Gandalf defines Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. But even remember the rocks fell out of the sky to reveal that the constellation they were looking for is still overhead?
Jed, remember when I got told that you couldn't follow a constellation to something? Well, he did, apparently. And he could have done that the whole time.
That was so dumb. That's not how stars work. No. Yes, it can get you a direction. So if it's like, hey, go towards this constellation as in your quest lies to the east.
Yes.
But he straight up went to Tom Bombadil and was like, hey, these stars are over your house. What's up, dude? It's like, no, they're not.
We mentioned they're going to mention
if the stars are directly overhead, they're going to be above wherever you're at. So
and you mentioned Tom Bombadil. Close to halflings, Kenji McKay. A couple of centuries later, Gandalf, he actually runs into Tom Bombadil at the end of his time in Middle-earth. Yeah, in actual lore. In this one, that is one of the other major lore breaks of the season. Tom Bombadil
getting involved and then singing about himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you listen to the lyrics, they actually explain how the costume designers failed on his.
Like his boots were yellow. They should be. Yeah, you're right.
And here's their excuse. A lot of things started coming together that really sort of pointed us to this wizard should be Gandalf. So, Jed, they just proved they didn't intend it to be Gandalf.
They just needed wizard.
And you know what? They might have been able to get away with this if it had just been a prototype wizard brought in second age. You could have gotten away with this, saying, okay, this isn't one of the 5 wizards. This was an experiment wizard. They wanted to see how the Valar wanted to see how it would work if they put one down there. And while retarded, you could have avoided a lore problem.
Yeah.
You could have dodged it. And then
I could see that.
Yeah. Then all I could say is it's stupid. Then that's all I could say is that it's stupid. I couldn't, but you say we made it Gandalf, and we love the character so much. There's hints, and this is why they did it. I predicted this. Everybody with more knowledge than I did of of Tolkien's world predicted this for the season, that this is the excuse they would use. There's hints also that Gandalf may have come earlier than the Third Age and wandered among some of the peoples of Middle Earth. So we went with that. Yes,
That's the spirit.
Olorin, he was there, but he wasn't seen. He was just there, observing, watching, silently interacting.
The Prime Directive was in effect at that time.
Great way to put it. And I had somebody actually try to tell me that when I criticized them, when they had basically said this shit. Gandalf is so integral to everything Lord of the Rings. It's so great that they're showing us his story. And I said, yeah, his story doesn't begin to the Third Age. I said, thanks, fake fan, for playing. So you're the fake fan. Don't you know that Olorin interacted with the elves in the Second Age? Like, yeah, Olorin as a spirit, not
and
Gandalf.
Interacted is the wrong word. He voyeuristically followed them. Yeah, sure, but
Gandalf doesn't physically become an active player until the Third Age, and it's not like in the beginning of the Third Age. You're into the Third Age.
Yeah, it's pretty substantial.
Yeah, I think Alf said 1,000 years or something like that.
Well, my question is, using this logic, do you think they've decided who the Dark Wizard is yet, or they left that ambiguous on purpose?
As the joke goes, a sour man.
He's just a sour man, Gandalf. He's so sour.
Man. He's a sour man because the guy said, I'm one of 5. So,
he's got to be one of them.
Unless he gets hit on the head and turns into Radagast. I don't know.
Or maybe he dies and is replaced by one of the 5. So there's 5 at all times.
Maybe he gets cleaved in 2 and they heal him into be the 2 blue wizards. I don't know.
He's both blues.
Maybe. I don't know.
That would be hilarious.
I love it. So it just shows you.
Are the Nazgûls the others?
I don't know.
There's 3 of them.
No, there's only 1 left. They only summoned the 1 back. The other 2 are gone.
Well, the other 2 might come back. But yeah, maybe that's Radagast. Nazgûl is Radagast.
I don't like this game. But this proves it. They do this shit to please themselves and to please idiots online who are not real fans, who are fake fans and stans, who think they're fans when they recognize something, because that's how you know a stan. They get excited when they recognize something. Oh my God, he looks like Gandalf. I'm so excited. I love this because I love Gandalf.
Well, that's the meme. Member Gandalf, member. It works on them. That's all they can do is, hey, I recognize this thing. I've seen it before, therefore it's great.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.